It is Wednesday on Witches of the Moon, and you're watching your host, Nimbus. Now, this week we're talking about our different paths, and I am so sorry that I haven't had, any fucking videos lately. I have had terrible technical difficulties lately, and I'm really hoping that this goes up, because I want to share my path with you. I don't think that I have ever mentioned, obviously you know the things that I've talked about for the past 2 seasons, including this one, and you can probably feel me out a little bit, but my path is witchcraft, plain and simple. I'm not going to get into religion, because to me, witchcraft is not a religion. Witchcraft is hardly even a choice, because I believe that witches are born. Every witch that is watching this video, you have to understand that you were born, your spirit called to this craft because of who you are. Therefore, it wasn't a choice. I know many witches that try to deny who they are, and they always find themselves back to the path. In fact, Rhiannon from Tuesday, Rhiannon Dreamcatcher here on a host on Witches of the Moon, said that, she got lost a little bit, but was called to the path constantly. Every time she got lost, she found herself back. And that to me says that our spirit calls to some higher level of us that we don't truly have a grasp on, because our spirits and our guides, that they push us in this direction, because this is what we're born to do, and this is the path that we were destined to be on. And we were born in our blood, that magic runs, and that power and that intensity and those skills. Granted, you can't just be born a witch and not have to work at it, because you do. It's not easy. Witchcraft at its most diluted level is still a practice. It is still a craft. It is not something that you just know. It is something that you learn, you perfect, you constantly are pushing the limits to try to become more than what you already are. And that is what I do. I will never stop pushing to be more than I am and a better witch, because there's always room for that. No one's perfect. Not one of us. And that is the person that I am. Now, as far as the different practices of magic, I will I also practice a little hoodoo, which is not witchcraft, but I am currently studying it. I have been studying it. I study traditional witchcraft, which is also pretty recent. I started out in Wicca, and that was a religious kind of experience for me. That is not my religion. I was actually raised in the religion that I still am, which is, I don't want to say that I'm Christian, because I'm absolutely not, but not that there's anything wrong with it, and there's any witches here that are Christian, more power to you. That's amazing for you. We all have to learn to work with the deities that we work with, and the gods that we worship, and I think I lost my train of thought, but as far as the paganism route goes, I was raised pretty pagan already, because my father is actually Cherokee, and he taught me the ways of the Great Spirit, and from that really has been my main deity for years. I also work with a Cherokee deity named Selu, and a Cherokee spirit named Awausti, or Little Deer. That is really my pantheon. That is really my religion. That is not that I don't incorporate my religion into my witchcraft, because I do, but essentially my craft is non-religious. And really, if I had to pick a philosophy of witchcraft that I would say I was under, it's relatively new, but I'm very proud of it, because one of my best friends actually coined the term. But if you've heard of deviant witchery, I would consider myself a deviant witch, because deviant witches do what has to be done. Basic, at its most basic level, that's what a deviant witch is. You do what is necessary to maintain your power, to maintain the power of your community, to maintain your loved ones, strength and power and community, and that is what I'm about. That is the path that I follow. It is not a branch of witchcraft. It is literally kind of a way of thinking, but in my opinion, it's really the only way of thinking, because you shouldn't limit yourself to one thing or another. You should be limitless. You should be powerful. You should recognize the power within yourself and own it. Because if you're not owning it, then what the fuck are you doing? I mean, you're doing it wrong. I hate to say that, and I don't mean to be blunt and rude, but if you're not owning everything that you are every day, every hour, every minute, and if your soul is not free, then you're doing something wrong. And that is what I'm about. I go about my life every day. I live the craft every day of my life. And I am a witch, and that is my path. And this video has probably got boring, but that's all I can really say on the subject. I'm glad that I got to share it with you. And if you want to know my religious beliefs, I can make a video on this channel, maybe as a filler, and I will talk about my religion and how I incorporate my religion into my craft. But I'm not going to sit here and discuss that, because I don't believe that my path is religious centric. So, and since this is Witches of the Moon, I just wanted to talk about the craft. And that is my thought process and my philosophy when it comes to witchcraft. And check, if you're curious about anything that I said today, and you're curious about the community of Deviant Witches, check out the Facebook group Deviant Witchery. Check out our videos on the Deviant Witchery Live YouTube channel, and you can also catch us live if you are friends with us and you get the link, because I'm a part of that collective, and we do videos and we try to help people as much as possible. So if you're curious about that, I don't mean to plug another channel while I'm on there, but you know, who cares? We're all a community here, and we should support each other. So without any more blabbing of my mouth, I am going to check out of here. So, see you guys later.